If someone tries to make a crystal, suppose ruby or sapphire, in a laboratory for the first time, it is a very difficult process. It is slow, it takes a lot of time, it's delicate, temperature needs to be perfect, every condition must be perfect. And it's a very slow process, the first one. But once it is already made, so if someone in China already makes a ruby, a lab made ruby, the process becomes very easy for other parts of the world, without any communication or any exchange of information. Somehow the system upgrades, so the crystal of the same kind began forming more easily everywhere. So this is morphic resonance. When a pattern appears once, it becomes easier for it to appear again. Similar thing happens with rodents in the mage learning. So imagine a group of rats escaping a mage, and the first group struggles. Weeks later, in another country, when other rats solve the same problem, in other countries, rats began solving the same mage faster, as if knowledge itself traveled invisibly to them. A ripple of memory moves through species by passing genes or teaching. Learning itself becomes contagious. So, not just with rats and crystals, it happens to our life as well. During the July Revolution, we did not have internet, we did not have television, there was no way to communicate with one another, but somehow um, we all synced with an invisible field. We all knew what was coming. This after this, we knew all the steps. I noticed it was so strange that everyone got out to protest at the same time. Um, we somehow knew this is coming after that. Without any television, without any internet, somehow we synced, all of us synced energetically. Millions of youth, young Bangladeshis, mostly the Gen Z, flooded the streets demanding justice, accountability, and democracy. And the timing was so perfect, like as though they were all communicating somehow. We were all communicating somehow, without internet, without television. That is the source field. Yes, so that was the first Gen Z revolution. And once this behavior was established, we saw similar behavior in other countries as well. In Nepal, 2025, 1 year later, the resonance spread. In September 2025, protest over corruption and social media ban erupted across Nepal. Thousands of young students stormed in the parliament in Kathmandu and made their government resign, similar like in Bangladesh. So that was another reset, another pattern which was reinforced. And then the third was in Madagascar, 2025. It's the similar timing. After Nepal, the young protesters filled the streets over blackout, corruption, unemployment. This pressure grew so intense that the president had to leave. So once again, the youth, not armed with weapons, they had driven their government out to reshape the nation. So so the same thing, the first habit, when it is learned, it gets easier and easier throughout the world. When the idea spreads, it just becomes easier for others, and the similar ideology spreads without even seeing or hearing. It just spreads through a field of the morphic field. From Bangladesh to Nepal to Madagascar, these movements did not copy each other, but the situation was similar because once a habit is learned, it becomes more popular with others. So this is called morphic resonance in real time. So when someone manifests courage, it becomes easier for others to manifest courage, and the similar thing appears again because the field remembers. And this pattern lives within us as well. Family carries not only DNA but echoes of past. Descendants of Holocaust survivors shows heightened stress response. Children of famine survivors exhibit altered metabolism even without living the trauma. The bodies remember it. From crystals to revolutions, from genes to generation, life operates through resonance. Every event leaves an imprint. Every act of courage becomes a signal, and every moment of healing reshapes the field that connects us all. Every thought, every protest, every prayer becomes part of the invisible pattern. The world remembers, and so do we.